Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It feels as if it was a very long time when I have recorded a solo video like this, but it was just 2 days, because the last 3 days ago actually, the last 2 days in a row I had lives with Michael Hudson and Larry Johnson. So those of you who have not seen those two lives, you're welcome to check it out. Pretty interesting lives, I would say. And today, guys, I have how many topics? I have 4 topics for you. Every story, every article will be from a different country. One is about Germany, one is from Belarus, one is from Poland, and one is from Russia. So we will cover a little bit more today, since my little break as far as recording. I was also busy with personal stuff, so that gives you an idea. The weather in Poland at this moment, especially in Szczecin, is beautiful. Such a beautiful weather. You see the building. This is actually post-German building. And yeah, so before I start, as always, very important request. If you would like to join me on the locals, I would so much appreciate, because it's a safe platform and it's a platform that is going to be there, and you can also support me there if you choose to. And what we will start with, guys, today, maybe, okay, I will tell you first what I have, and then we go to the place where I can sit down. I have information about Russian economy, and that will be from TASS. The second article I have is from Polish portal, but it's talking about Germany, specifically Germans' approach to being in the army. Very interesting article. So that's about Germany. Then I have about Belarus and something that President Lukashenko mentioned, and that is organ harvesting. Yes, he actually said it, which I think it's very important, so I will read you this. And the last one was about how much money till this point Poland has spent on social help to Ukrainians, to Ukrainian refugees. And just bear with me, because I know there is a great place to sit down right here by this building, and I will read you the news. Maybe let's start with TASS, because that article is from today, from August 11th, and is talking about Russian economy. Russian economy adjusted to challenges, and it shows sustainable growth. Okay, found a place to sit down. So let me read you this, guys. Okay, so what it says: the Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin stressed that this growth was achieved thanks to earlier decisions and prompt actions of the government, and is based on domestic demand. According to the results of the first half of the year, it was possible to reach positive values for all key indicators, the Prime Minister pointed out. And what does this mean? It means, according to him, the GDP increased by 1.5% in the second quarter of this year, and it was already by 4.6%. In the second quarter, by 4.6%. The dynamics in industrial production was even more active. In the first half of the year, it added about 2.5%. The main contribution was made by manufacturing industries, where growth exceeded 6%. I just want to show you when I'm reading this, so you don't get bored. So beautiful, huh? So, 6% manufacturing industries. If we take June separately, this figure reached 13% in annual term. Now, if we are into numbers, let's stay within the numbers from Poland. That article I read you was from TASS. This is from Interia.pl. It says, the title, "We know how much Poland spends on benefits for Ukrainians." 2.6 milliard zloty. In Poland, billion is milliard. It's confusing, I know. If I calculate correctly, this is around 600 million US dollars. So more than $500 million. This is how much Ukrainians staying in our country received from Poland as part of the social benefits. According to the data of Border Guard from February 24th, 2020 to August 6th, so very recent, of this year, 2023, a total of over 14 million people, 14.35, so 14,350,000 people crossed the Polish-Ukrainian border. And according to ZUS, which is what is the ZUS? Związek Ubezpieczeń Socjalnych, I think. The social, how you say it? Is the official social, not office, not organization, structure that controls the social payments. According to ZUS, Związek Ubezpieczenia Społecznego, Związek Ubezpieczeń Społecznych, at the end of May, 744,211 Ukrainians working in Poland and paying contributions were registered. So you have that. In total, 2.6 milliard zloty has been spent. It's also known that 218,000 Ukrainians received a child raising benefit. Okay, maybe we can move there so you can see a little bit more here. Then we get into, well, not much really to see. You've seen this place before, where is the university, school if you want to become a doctor. You see those towers? Okay, shall we talk about Belarus, what he said in regards to organ harvesting? So let me read you this. This is from Belta, which is the portal, Belarusian portal, and it's from today, so very fresh. Lukashenko tells West to deal with the smuggling of children from Ukraine for illegal organ trade. And it says the West should deal with the problem of smuggling Ukrainian children for illegal organ transplants, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko said as he talked to aviation industry workers at Minsk National Airport. So there was this meeting at the airport in Minsk. By the way, Minsk is on my list of places to see on my travels. I almost went there from Russia, but I wasn't able to because of the time, how long I stayed in Russia, okay? So I had to exit Russia. Long story short, it's on my list, so sooner or later I will make it there, guys. But he was there at this airport and he was even talking about Belarus to build their own plane. But this is about children and organ harvesting, and he says that the Westerners are trying to whip up large-scale hysteria around Putin and now around me, up to launching a criminal investigation. This is simply ridiculous. I absolutely do not worry about it. That's what the head of the state said, commenting on criticism coming from abroad regarding Belarus' recuperation program for children from Donbass. And this is the quote from him. This made it even more clear to us that we are doing the right thing. Children are not to blame for anything. And we agreed with Putin that we will finance those recuperation trips from the Union State budget. We have done this before and we will continue to do this despite of criticism. God, he says, God sees it all. If we help people today, God will reward us later. Therefore, we will keep helping children. And here are the words about the West. He said, they bring children to Ukraine, dismember them, and take organ out. They should deal with this problem. So he advised ill-wishers to deal with the real problem, the trafficking of children from Ukraine to the West for organ transplants. Yes, guys. Did you ever wonder how the Queen stayed, I know controversial, but it's my channel, I can say it, how the Queen stayed alive for so long? Queen of England, I'm saying. Did you ever look into Nancy Pelosi, all those people who seem to be forever in their positions? Did you ever wonder about this? Soros, you think it's just because they have good DNA? Just think about it. Horrific stuff. And those of you who have no idea what's going on, well, maybe if you're in United States and you have this movie still there, I don't think they show in this movie. I haven't seen it. I've seen just parts of it. Sound of Freedom. Actually, I knew about this movie when I was still in US in 2020. They were showing it in Vegas for like a private meeting, for a private group. But trafficking is not mainly for sex, it's for the organ harvesting, guys. If I have another chance to talk to Tori, this is what I would like to address mainly. But the last article today I have about Germans and how they feel about being in the army. This is from the Defense 24 Polish portal. It says, Germans do not want to serve in the army. Will German pacifism hinder the functioning of the Bundeswehr? Very interesting article. I want to read this to you. Those of you who are from Germany, maybe you can leave your comments here, or what you think, or those of you who follow the topic of militarization. So it says, since the outbreak of the war in Ukraine in February 2022, the number of applications for refusal of military service has been increasing. So more refusals to serve in the military. Will similar tendencies hinder the expansion of the Polish armed forces? So this is how this article is structured, looking into Germany, comparing if Poland will take the same approach, Polish people, we see. That's why they want to change the laws, by the way. Obligatory, right? Trainings. So more and more Germans invoke the right to refuse military service. Only 39% of young Germans support the reintroduction of compulsory military service. As many as 80% of Germans that went through the survey are in favor of a quick end to the war. 80%. We're talking about Ukrainian war. Even if Ukraine does not win. 80%. It's accurate, I hope. Until 2011, moment guys, because I'm managing my hair and the paper. Until 2011, German men between ages of 18 and 27 were required either to serve in the Bundeswehr or to perform alternative service for a limited time in civilian areas, such as crisis management or work in hospitals. Over the past 2 decades, the Bundeswehr has shrunk from over 317,000 soldiers to just over 180,000. So it's almost 50%. The German debate emphasizes that voluntary military service is not attractive enough to significantly increase the size of the Bundeswehr. That's what it says. And in one of the questions from the survey was, would I volunteer to fight in military or paramilitary sanitary formations? Only 17% respondents answered yes. So Germany scored the worst score comparing to other countries in our region, which means around Poland here. And another question, would I defend my neighbor against aggression even if our relations were bad? Only 60% said yes. So guys, people are clearly not interested in participating in this, which gives some hope, because how can you create more wars if people don't want to be part of it, right? But then you look at the Ukraine, so what you do? You go hunting for people everywhere you can, possibly. And on that note, I want to put this question out to you, everyone, because do you think they're gonna actually call people who are the refugees to come back to Ukraine and fight? I just want to ask you this. What do you think? Because I know this has been happening already for some time. I was hearing about those letters being sent to people, but this means from every country. So do you think this will take place? This will be the final stage for people to come back and fight? But how they gonna execute it, right? How they gonna pull those people out of the countries, let's say Poland or England or Germany or so many countries, Ireland, right? How they gonna get those people out of those countries, those refugees? For example, like those I just read you, over 700,000, so almost a million that has been registered here, getting the social benefits. So they have those people registered, right? Many of those people found jobs and they are working, so they can be easily located, in my opinion. Then how you get them? It's just my thoughts about it, because they are running out of people, as I understand, listening to all those experts. There is less and less people they can find, and what you do? You cannot use older people, you cannot use women. Well, you will use women, but like older women or children, you cannot do that. So probably you're gonna go after those who are Ukrainians and live in other countries and who you can ask to come back to your country and be part of that. Anyway, just my thoughts, just my question. I will end this video here, everyone. Weather is so beautiful, so the next 2 days should be like this. I will be showing you some other places in Szczecin, and I wish you all a lovely weekend. I see you tomorrow. Make sure to join me on Locals. You can follow me on Instagram as well. I want to say huge thank you to all of you who already purchased coffee for my trip to China. We are almost at 20% of my goal. I am blown away. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And what else? Oh yeah, join my mailing list, because that's another place. It's always good to have contact with me. Anything else? No, I think that's... Oh, Rumble. Rumble is there as well. Lots of love, everyone. I see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.